Hello, hello. Mic check 1 2. Just testing the YouTube channel. Gotcha. Right, all working lovely jubbly, so that's excellent news. Hello, my name is KZN Hop House. Nice to see you all, and welcome to the GPL League SWT Round 5 race of Sardegna Road Track in the Super Formulas Elite Drivers. So nice to see you all again. They are just qualifying at the moment, 15 minutes of qualifying, so let's get on track and have a look at some of these guys, see how they fare. Won't do too much talking during the qualifying, but so you can keep a good eye out on who's doing what. But obviously the race will start in 15 minutes time, 30 laps here for the Tier 2 SWT League. So as you can see, we've got Exo Shoesley in the house, got Exo CBD is here, hot favourite I'd imagine from the last 2 races, definitely one of the fast guys in this lobby for sure, so he will be the man to beat, I'm sure. Exo CBD, we've got BP in the house from France, Exo Altura from Netherlands, we've got HRT Ken Uzuri, who's been a racing steward for the last couple of races for the Tier 1 GPL League, so welcome back here. He's jumping in the race now from America. We've got Exo B23 from America. Exo B23 is my co-commentator for the GPL WEC League. So let's see how he fares today. Exo JD Killswitch is back from America. We've got Damon from America. We've got a new guy that I don't recognise. I haven't seen this guy, so he might be filling in or stepping in today. So we've got Bowser, also from America. A lot of Americans in this race today. HCR Anthony is in from America also. Have a close-up look at these liveries whilst these guys are going around the track. So there is the famous Exo Racing livery there, with CBD racing this one from Mexico, I believe. I think it's a Mexican flag. I said that last time. Nobody come back to me on that, so I assume it is. This is the man to beat, and so early days, of course, but 1:23.5 standard. A nice livery there, nice lap time to start with. Here's BP in the Mercedes. We've got Exo Altura in the High Caliber Racing team livery. HRT Ken Uzuri, who is your racing steward for the WC Tier 1 Elite League in the last couple of weeks. So he's now on track. Exo Shoesley, that's how I say it anyway, also he is in still learning these teams anyway myself. So anyway, Exo Shoesley there from Canada. We've got Exo B23 in the team livery, Exodus Racing, as you can see, co-commentator with myself in the WEC League Tier 1, commentates on there, but obviously today racing, so let's big him up and hopefully he can have himself a decent race today. They've been practicing all week, these guys, or the last week or 2 on this track, so hopefully they're tweaked all their settings what they need and they're all ready to rock and roll for this race today. So there's CBD anyway, still with the fastest lap with a 1:22.4. Now this is definitely a fast course. Lots of few funky little corners, hairpins and sharp corners, but lots of straights and yeah, fast straights, so you can get plenty of overtakes. So I'm sure they would have had to notch their top end of their gears up just a little bit more. I'd imagine with these long straights here, there's going to be quite a lot of side-by-side racing, I would imagine, what I've experienced in the past on this track myself. So got to be a bit careful when we come up to some of these sharp corners when you're going flat out down these long straights. Turn 1 is definitely going to be a crucial and tricky corner to take when everybody's going in 14 races into turn 1. That's normally the case with most tracks, to be fair, but this one is obviously you get a nice long straight to start with, and everybody's going to want to get around that corner and get out as quick as they can. So it will be interesting for turn 1, that's for sure. Let's have a look at BP. BP has been pretty fast and consistent in the last 4 rounds as well. A bit unlucky in some places, but you'll be definitely up for this one, BP. It's put in a couple of fast laps, I believe. So CVD still with the fastest lap so far, as we might have expected, with a 1-2-2-1 as it stands. BP is up there in P2, and Anthony taking the 3rd spot at the moment. Probably just under 10 minutes of qualifying left still to come, so a lot can still change. So their tyres are fully warmed up. So some might suggesting that it's very windy out there, so that can obviously add to these conditions for sure. Obviously we've got 5.7 ms going to the north, so some of these corners are going to be a little bit tricky. Bit of understeer on some of the corners. Makes all the difference when these guys are racing at top speed. There's not a lot of room for error, so you know, the wind can be a massive disadvantage on many of the corners, but also help you in a few of the corners as well. Obviously carrying the speed through with the wind behind you or to the side of you might help you turn into the corners, but it definitely makes it a little bit edgier and trickier. You might not think that the wind could make too much of a difference, but with the speed of these cars and the lightness of these cars, it does make quite a big difference. So we'll see how that fares anyway over the course of the 30 laps that we have. Ken Missouri's now up into P4, 4 fastest at the moment. The new guy Bowser, I've not seen him, like I said. New guy stepped in, so Bowser is here. And he is in the Red Bull Adidas Racing team, as you can see, as the team livery. I think he's stepping in for Ducky Dono. I think that is the possibility. So at the moment he's doing pretty well. He's up there in P5, 5th fastest time so far. And as you can see, not too far behind XOB23. Times all coming in pretty evenly. So BP and CBD only 3 temps in it as it stands, so there's not much in there. So there's plenty of opportunities still for position changes. Anthony in P3. People look shocked. We got Real Pixel. Looks a bit shocked that Anthony is up there with the 3rd fastest time as it stands. So far so good for Anthony. So as we said before, CBD has been fastest man on track by quite a little bit in the last couple of races, so hopefully we can give this guy a bit of a challenge. BP looks like he's doing really well on Anthony as well, so it'll be very interesting to see. Still not much in it. CBD with still the fastest lap with a 1:22.6. Doesn't look like, I can't see any further changes. Looks like Exo Altura is managed to put in a faster lap than Bowser, so he's up into P5 as it stands, which drops Bowser down in the 6th and B23 in the 7th. Not much in it from Damon, Shoesley. So it's just JD, Killswitch. Probably 4 temps down on Shoesley there, so sat in the pits patiently. Don't know how much time left there is at the moment. Looks like we're on 12 minutes, so probably another 3.5 minutes I would imagine before the race looks like it will start. So we've got another lap or so to make a difference. CBD has gone faster again. Looks like he's done a 1:22.0 now. So that's putting 4 temps quicker than BP in P2. Keep a close eye on BP. See if he can improve on his time as it's coming into the final stage of the qualifying. Keep a good close eye out on any position changes. But as it stands, as you can see, Exo CBD from Mexico, 4 temps clear in P1 on pole. Shoesley's just put in a 1:23.4. Taking him up to P6 now. He's coming across the line. CBD, can he? No, he's on an out lap there. BP's coming around the last couple of corners. We'll keep an eye out on this lap time. Can he make a difference? Down to the final straight. Doesn't look like he can take that pole position. Anthony still holding P3 position as it stands, coming round the final hairpin. Kemazuri, can he improve on his P4 position here? Looks a pretty good time. 2, 3, and he stays in P4. Anthony holding that P3 position very, very well. Altura's on his final. Shoesley coming across again, and he cannot improve. JD Killswitch is in the pits, and B23's just made a little mistake at one of the corners, one of the hairpins. So that's probably the end of his qualifying session as it stands. Let's keep a close eye out for anybody else on track BP now coming around the final hairpin, giving this his final effort to improve that position. Oof. He's just done a 1-2-2-4, so he's improved it marginally, but not enough to take that pole position. Anthony's still on track here. Can he take that P2 or P1 position off these guys? Have a quick look. Bowser's taken a 122.9, so he's gone up into P4. Excellent lap there to finish off with. Anthony's coming now down the main straight, crosses the line with a 122.7. So that's a pretty good time, but that's held him. That's kept him in P3. Everybody else looks like they've completely finished this qualifying session, so we'll wait until everybody's finished here and I will read out the qualifying results for you. But excellent, as you can see, the fastest lap from SWT. Right, so whilst they're all sorting out whether they're ready to race or not, we will go through the qualifying session of the GPL SWT Round 5 race at Sardegna Road Track A, and the fastest lap goes to CBD from Mexico, a 122.0. In P2 from France, BP with a 122.4. In P3 from America, HCR Anthony, excellent drive there with a 122.7. P4 Bowser from America, who's stepped in for Ducky Dono, I believe, with a 122.9. P5 from America, HRT Kemazuri with a 123.0. P6 from Netherlands, Exo Arturo with a 123.3. P7 Exo Shoesley from Canada with a 123.4. P8 Exo B23 from America, 123.7. Damon in P9 from America with a 123.7. And the P10 Exo JD Killswitch from America with a 124.3. So there's your starting lineup grid with Exo CBD, BP, and HRC Anthony and Bowser, the top 4 there. So excellent work. Don't see you're live. I'm not live. I've had a few little technical issues myself, so I am on the main GPL YouTube channel, so go on there, that's where we're at. But once I get my electrics and things up and running, we will also go live side by side. So thanks for worrying, but we will be back. But we are here commentating on the main channel, which is the GPL League YouTube channel, Grand Prestige League. So it looks like we've got Nuco. How you doing, Nuco? Looks like Nuco is the racing steward for today. Oh no, Pixel, the steward for potential red flag. Right, gotcha. So it's Pixel is the man who's going to decide whether this race gets restarted if there is carnage at the start. So unless he says anything else, then you just need to keep racing. He will decide. So we've got 30 laps here today, as we said before, at Sardegna Road Track A. So good luck, everybody. Race is just about to start. Let's get me on the spectator view. How is JD Killswitch in P1? And they're off. And they're off. Not sure what JD Kill Switch has. It's up in P1, but CBD gets a great start, taking that P1 position, holding it nicely. BP always come around the outside. He's done a great move and taken over CBD from the start here. So BP already up into P1. CBD trying to stay with him from that excellent start from BP. Nice and close together, side by side, coming into the longer chicane, and there's contact. There's contact. BP and CBD has had contact. There looks like there's carnage creating. I don't think anything was done on purpose from BP. It looks like CBD was on the outside and he was trying to stay in. There was a little bit of contact and his car just went completely sideways. Right, they're calling out for a red flag here. We've got Bowser is up into P1 now after BP and CBD have collided with each other. Red flag, looks like the red flag has been called out here. I wish I could see the replays here, but it looked like, right, so they are restarting its ball, so only so much you could see there. From what I could see, it looked like they were having a great little battle there. Cars collided side by side. Looked like CBD's car just flipped sideways and ended up colliding with a few other cars at the same time, and obviously causing damage to multiple cars there. That's why they've called the red flag, and they will be restarting this race. I believe after 2 or 3 laps. I don't think red flag can be called, but definitely on the first lap, if multiple cars have been caused with damage, they will red flag the race and restart. So whilst they just get their cars all set back up, then they will restart this race. Obviously, I'd imagine they've got to reset the grid here, so it's going to be a few minutes, unfortunately, but it is the right decision. You don't want to be doing a 30 lap race with half of the grid with multiple damage, because yes, the race would just not continue. People would pull out, and we don't want that at all. It wasn't most people's faults, just a racing incident that happened which caused massive incidences and multiple damages. So race has been red flagged, but what a start from BP, to be fair, from P2 getting past CBD on the first corner. Excellent move there. Come into the chicane side by side, and just light contact, no maliciousness, but enough contact there for CBD to end up going sideways, and then multiple cars coming in and collided with him and caused a lot of damage. So that's where we're at. Must have been at Bowser shooting turtle shells ahead. Exactly. Exit Hop House. All right, okay. I've got to exit myself. My bad. Right, done that for you, Lujan. So yeah, just resetting the grid order here after the qualifying, so won't be long. Nuco, I need to exit the room and rejoin in 2 minutes. These are the unfortunate things that do happen. Obviously, we just want to get the race started and see it all unfold. But as we said before, if the red flag does have to come out due to multiple cars, the last thing we want to see is people giving up the race on lap 1 and only having half a grid racing around. So that's why we call the red flag, so we make sure that we can get a decent live stream and a race in as well for these league races. So can imagine it won't be long until this race restarts. Hopefully we don't get another red flag. It's just one little incident there, but what a start again from BP to get straight ahead of CBD. Let's see if the second part of this race can be just as entertaining and a quick start again from BP. Any little changes from the start would be fantastic to see. Obviously got to hold a certain button to hold the clutch in, make sure before the race starts. So grid start fault check makes it interesting. Obviously people have different skill level of being able to accelerate away off the starting line, which makes quite a big difference on these super formers for sure. And as you could see, if you were watching, BP had an excellent start straight into P1, so let's see what happens this time. Shame for Bowser, he got up into P1 after all the incidences, but is what it is. Got red flagged, so we will be starting again. Looks like Damon is back in the room, and the race looks like it's about to start again, so good luck everybody. Let's keep it clean, and hopefully we can have a fantastic race from here. So again, CBD starting in P1, BP into P2, Anthony P3. False starts will be penalised, so they've got to wait for the green light before they release the button to accelerate away. And as we said, it's go, 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 go. We're off. CBD's got an excellent start this time. BP has dropped down into, looks like he's side by side with Bowser and Anthony. Anthony has got himself up into P2. Bowser's now up into P2. BP, it's side by side everywhere. CBD has got away fantastically this time. Excellent start from CBD. He will definitely be happy with that one, but as you can see, BP has not given up now. He's regained that P2 spot after Bowser and Anthony were side by side and in the first two corners. Missouri up in the P5, Damon in P6. B23 looks like he's gone slightly wide there. Just lost one or two positions, but trying to warm up those tyres. Shoesley down in the last place. But CBD, as we can see, he's slowly pulling away. BP holding that position in P2. Bowser and Anthony look like they're having a nice little battle for those two guys. Anthony's now touched the grass and he's hit the wall and he's spun out, and now he's got mega damage at the front end of his car. That is very unfortunate, but from his own mistake there, so he's definitely going to have to pit Anthony after that fantastic start he had. So that takes Bowser up into P3. BP and CBD leading the race, first and second. Missouri up into P4 now. Exoatura and Damon 5 and 6. JD Killswitch up into P7. Shoesley in 8th. B23 into 9th position. Anthony looks like he's trying to regain that position, and Shoesley's now caught the grass or hit the wall, and he's back down into P9. Unfortunate for him. JD Killswitch, it looks like he's also spun off the track. He's got multiple damage on the front of his car as well, so not a good start for some people here. But leading the race still CBD, pulling away from BP. Bowser P3. Ken Missouri's having a good race, climbed himself up into P4. As you can see, B23 and Shoesley battling it out for P8. Right, so I do believe that they did have damage, but I forget the fact that these guys won't have to pick, because I'd imagine the damage is on light, so just hampers them for a few corners. Only in the WEC League Tier 1 where they would have had to pit, and that would have cost them massive amounts of time. These guys but this is tier 2, so I believe it's on light damage, so hamper him for a few corners and then the damage is removed automatically, so that allows them to keep on track and keep racing. So Damon looks like he's getting a little bit closer to Exo Arturo, chasing down that P5 spot. Most of them in the medium tyres. Anthony, after that early mistake, now climbing himself back up into P7. He's on the racing soft tyres as well, so he should be a little bit faster than some of these guys up front. So he's got to make the most of these soft tyres now. B23 in the mediums, JD Kill Switch in the mediums, and Shoesley in the mediums with a 3-second penalty. So it's not going well for Exo Shoesley as it stands. 3-second penalty, not sure what for. But there's your race leader as it stands after 3 laps. Exo CBD from Mexico leading the race in P1. But 3.7 seconds behind. So he's got himself a good little lead there, but he is in racing soft tyres, and BP started in mediums, but he's 3.7 seconds behind, so definitely trying to stay with this guy as much as he can in the slower compound tyres. But Bowser's doing a fantastic job stepping in for Ducky Dono in P3, 3 seconds ahead, but he is also in the soft tyres, so just that extra little grip from some of the guys in behind. Tyres will wear out a little bit quicker, obviously in the softs, but a bit faster and grippy around the corners for a certain amount of time. Exo Arturo chasing down Damon. Pretty much side by side now. Arturo and Damon both in the medium tyres, so they're having a cracking race for this P5 position. And it looks like Arturo's contact there, and who was that? Anthony's gone off the track again as well. Oh, he's hit the wall again. He's having a nightmare start. Unfortunate for Anthony. He had a good lap time, good qualifying session. And he's got further damage, and he's losing time badly. No penalties for hitting the walls or anything, so got himself a lot of work to do from here. But as you could see, Arturo got himself ahead of Damon, and then there was collision. There was a slight little tap, a slight little wobble from Damon and Arturo, and then you saw just in the background HCR Anthony go straight off the track and hit the wall and lost further positions. But Arturo now up into P5, looking to slowly pull away from Damon. Exo B23 after the little early mistakes from him as well. He's got to get himself up together here, start warming up those tyres again, hitting the grass, clipping the wall. These things are going to happen with these cars, that's for sure. These guys are very fast, and there's not much room for error. And as you can see with HCR Anthony, had great lap times, great quality session, great start, and a few little mistakes and it all went wrong. But he's got some work to do, that's for sure. But he's now 9 seconds behind Exo B23 and P8 there. JD Cool Switch also had a few little errors, and Shoesley multiple errors with 3-second penalty down into P10. Right, so there's your race leader as it stands with Exo CBD with the fastest lap with a 1:24.1, now 6.2 seconds ahead of BP in the faster compound tyre. He is in softs. They don't look like they're wearing too fast as well, so they're probably only going to be a one pit stop strategy here, I would imagine. The softs look like they've got quite a bit of life left in them, to be fair. Looking at Looking at the mediums from BP, and they're not, the softs are not wearing as much, obviously due to the style of the track itself. But you know, the softs are doing very well on this track. So, but I'd imagine mediums are required. So there will be a flip over between CBD and BP when the tyre change comes. So probably, I'd imagine halfway through, or just under maybe, or just over. It depends which way you're going to go. But there will be a pit stop at some point. The Bowser's doing really well at the moment, still holding that P3 position. He's just under 2 seconds behind BP. He is in the soft tyre, which, as I said before, as you can see, they're not wearing as quick as you'd think for a soft compound. After 7 laps, BP just lagging there slightly. Kemazuri up into P4, looks pretty even gaps there, but we've got it up into P5 and P6. We've got Exo Arturo still battling out with Damon, so looks like Damon's got himself ahead of Arturo again. So they're having a nice little ding-dong between these two, chopping and changing. Last time I looked, Arturo successfully got up into P5, but something has happened. I wish I could watch the replays, but Damon's done a fantastic job regrouping himself together and got himself up into P5, but Arturo is not letting him get away that easy. Both in the medium compound tyres as well, so fantastic racing between these two. So keep a close eye on these guys momentarily. Arturo going for the move, just slight contact there, and contact again, and contact again, and then Arturo has just caught Damon, and Damon has now half spun, got himself back on track. It looked like a slight collision there from Arturo. Don't think it was massively intentional. A bit of excessive rubbing, some might say, which has allowed Arturo a good 5-second gap between them two. So that will be all up to the racing stewards to decide if there was any foul play there. B23 now only 1.9 seconds behind Damon after the little collision between Arturo and Damon, so B23 will be looking forward to that, getting closer to Damon, both of the medium tyres as you can see. Right, so Anthony's lap time suggests that he's should be higher than P8, but obviously multiple mistakes from Anthony. It's pushed him down the grid, unfortunately, but he's still going, he's still giving it. Going to give it as much as he can. Got a lot of work to do, but I'm sure he can climb up that ladder again as long as he keeps it consistent. JD Killswitch having a bit of a nightmare, torrid time as it stands, just clipping the wall there again, giving himself further front end wing damage, which is going to definitely slow the car down, make it harder to turn around these corners, losing time as we speak. And Shusley not having the best of time on this track either, down into P10. So back to your race leader, Exo CBD. The hot favourite going into this race, the pole sitter, the race leader, 7.4 seconds clear of second place BP from France, obviously in the faster compound. Tyres are holding out pretty well after 9 laps as well, so probably a good choice to start off in the softs. Definitely do less laps in the mediums to finish off the race, because the soft tyres are holding out pretty damn well. Average lap times from CBD with 1:24s, as you can see on the right hand side. and BP in his mediums. As you can see, the lap times, the last 3 laps he's back into the 1:24s as well, so he's definitely pumping in some fast lap times, BP in his medium compound tyres. So it'll be pretty interesting once they do the switch and CBD has to get into the mediums and BP into the softs. I'd imagine BP is going to have to time this right. He's probably going to pit, I would have thought a bit earlier, looking at how well the soft tyres are holding up. I think you could possibly go longer, more laps with the softs, or half and half around the 15 mark. We shall see what these guys are going to do. Bowser's doing really well, still in the soft tyres, in P3. So Turo is now 6.3 seconds clear of Damon. B23 looks like he's dropped further back. He looked like he was getting a bit closer, but now he's being hunted down, as you can see, by Anthony. Let's have a look in cockpit view. Anthony on the march here after his early mistakes. B23 looks like he's gone slightly wide there, but he's got a better exit than Anthony, taking the wide line there. But Anthony's going to get his toe coming down the main straight. As you can see, overtake button on, side by side. B23. B23 looks like it. Ooh, I thought he was going to take the inside line there, but he's decided to just stay in behind Anthony, make the most of his toe, using the overtake as much as he can. But Anthony's got himself up into P7 now, 7.5 seconds behind Damon for P6 now, so he will be looking to keep this consistency going now after the early mistakes. Trying to get up into P6 or P5 if he can. We are on lap 11 out of 30 as it stands. Anthony. Oof. And there was massive contact there. Coming into a chicane, looks like Exo B23 has just massively late brake there. Quite possibly, I kind of missed it. Looked like B23 late braked, slid, contacted into Anthony, pushed him further back down the grid. But that's number one for the racing stewards to see that one. Wasn't 100% sure what happened. It all happened pretty damn quick. But Anthony ended up off the track into the wall. B23 is now up into P7. 13 seconds behind Damon now. So Anthony's got a lot of work to do yet again. So tyres are under 50% for the softs now. Probably about 40% on that rear right tyre, so we'll keep a close eye on that. Probably 2 or 3 more laps to possibly get out of there, see how much he wants to push these soft tyres. As you can see, the times are staying pretty similar. They're still into the low 124s, so until that changes, or it feels a little bit different, feels a bit edgier for CBD, I'm sure he'll stay out on these softs as long as he can before choosing the mediums. So staying at a similar time in the 7-second mark, so he's not losing a huge amount of time on CBD for the last few laps here. Staying in the 7-second distance mark here, but he's in the mediums, plenty of tyre wear left. But when he feels like changing here, because I believe you could possibly get a good 16-17 laps out of the softs. So whether he's going to decide to get on the faster compound tyres earlier, we shall see. He's still in the 124s consistently there, just losing 2 or 3 tenths every lap on CBD, obviously with the faster compound. Bowser still in P3 with the softs. As you can see, his rears are starting to fade a lot more than his fronts. Bit of brake balance could change that outcome there, but that's what he's decided to go for. He's in the low 25s, Bowser, comfortably in P3 as it stands. Kamazuri P4, Damon in P5, Toro P6, B23 P7 with JD Killswitch now getting a little bit closer to B23. So there's a little race going on between them two now. Anthony with plenty of work to do here. Keeps climbing up the grid and then get knocked back somehow, some way. Very unfortunate for Anthony at the moment, but he has not given up. He's given it everything he's got here. He is in the soft tyres. So let's have a look at JD Killswitch here. Cockpit view of JD Killswitch on the hunt, chasing down B23. Once that P7, you can smell blood from B23 here, mounting on the pressure. It's like he's slightly quicker on pace. He's now in his tow range. Just pumped his fastest lap in with a 126.2 JD Killswitch, so starting to get the grips of things on this track. Keep it close together coming down to this final hairpin. I'm sure he gets a good exit here. He could take that P7 position off B23. So let's have a close eye on these guys here. Looks like Arturo also is starting to be caught up by these two as well, so could possibly become a 3-horse battle between those guys. Everybody else looks reasonably spaced out here. And there's the first pit stop from Exo CBD, gone in the pits from his soft tyres, so he will be changing for the medium tyres, I'm pretty sure. So BP has now stayed out, taken the lead in this race, still in the medium tyres, so he's making the mediums last a bit longer. So when he comes out on the fresh softs, he can push the car to the limit for the last 14 laps anyway. It depends where he goes, because his tyres are looking still pretty decent. But CBD is now out of the pits in the medium tyres, in P2, 13 seconds behind BP. So it's quite a short pit stop. Looks like about 18-19 seconds, I would have thought. So we're 13.5 seconds ahead of CBD, whilst he's warming up his medium tyres. BP wants to maximise this time, and then when he comes out onto the soft tyres, he's going to have maximum grip and more speed around the corners, so it's going to be very close between these two. And there goes BP. BP has entered the pits now. He's decided to go on to the softs now for the last 14 laps, so This will be interesting. Keep a close eye on Exo CBD, who's just going down the main straight, back into P1. With BP just coming out now. See the time. So Kemazuri's just got himself up into P2 there, so that's going to hamper BP for a little bit. But he's only 5.2 seconds behind there, so 6 seconds, that's all it is between these guys. With BP now in the faster compound tyre, so this will be interesting. The BP is right in behind Kemazuri now, so would like... does not have to move out the way at all, but this is going to hamper BP just a little bit. He's having a battle. No, Kemazuri's just moved out the way kindly there for BP. So that will allow BP now to put the pedal to the metal. 6.1 seconds behind on the faster compound tyres for the last 13 laps, so this will be interesting. This will be interesting indeed. Kemazuri up into P3, yet to pit. He's on the soft, so he will have to go into the mediums, which should allow Bowser to take that P3 position. He's in fresh medium tyres as it stands. Damon still in P5. Arturo comfortably in P6. B23 still just ahead of JD Killswitch, only 1.3 seconds in it. It was getting pretty close between those two, but it looks like B23's got himself together just a little bit. Starting to find a bit of consistency there. Holding him off. JD Killswitch just caught the grass. He's had a massive wobble there, but somehow, some way, he's managed to hold that onto the track. That's amazing, because that's not easy to do, especially in these super formulas. You hit the grass like that, that's gonna spin you sideways. But he managed to hold it together, but that's allowed B23 now to gain another second on him, so it's 2.3 seconds clear. So you feel that pressure just ease slightly off him. I would like to think so, but time has just been cut down there, so I don't know if B23 just had a little wobble himself. So not much in it between those guys. Shusley up P9, and it looks like HCR Anthony, it's gone bad to worse. He's down in last position. He's done his final pit stop, so Shusley's still yet to pit. But let's have a look at your race leaders here. DBD in the fresh medium tyres. BP's now pumped in the fastest lap of the night, so he's up to 1 minute 23.6 seconds BP. So as you can see, that time is coming down. He's under the 5 second mark BP. He's got Anthony just in front of him, obviously being blue flagged, so he will have to move out the way. But BP is absolutely gunning for it in these fresh soft tyres. He's used a bit more overtake, to be fair, but he's got plenty left in the tank for when it counts most. Bowser pretty comfortable there in P3, 12 seconds ahead, 12 seconds behind, pretty comfortable. He's done his pit stop, he's got his fresh medium tyres. So a nice podium position on the horizon for Bowser, who has stepped in for Ducky Dono, joining in the Red Bull Adidas racing team, as you can see. So Kemazuri in P4, Damon looks like he's yet to pit in P5. Oh no, he has. He might have pitted. Not 100% sure though. Either that or he's making these mediums last as long as possible, so I'm sure he's going to pit at some point. Looks like he's hovering between just under 2.5 seconds behind Kamazuri. JD Killswitch has now decided to pit, get off these medium tyres and finish the last 11 laps, 11 laps in the soft tyres. So as you can see, Arturo's just gone ahead, back into P6 himself. Shoesley's gone up, JD Killswitch dropped back down. Shoesley looks like he's got to pit himself with B23 already pitted. He's in the faster compound tyres, in the racing softs, right in behind Shoesley here, so let's keep a close eye on these side by side. B23 is taking the inside, back onto the outside. Excellent move there from B23. Up into P7 now. Right, so as you can see, the time definitely coming down here. Only 3.6 seconds in it between these guys. Damon looks like he's gone into pit now. He's had enough of the medium compounds, and he's going to finish off in the softs. He's doing an okay job there in P5. BP still with the fastest lap with a 1:23.6. Last 3 laps, all 1:23s from BP, so he's absolutely fine. He's charging, he can smell victory, but he's still got a lot of work to do here on CBD. No pushover. Definitely the hot favourite was CBD. I think he won the last 2 rounds at least anyway, so no pushover. But as you can see, the time is coming down. BP is absolutely flying here. And there he is, in his sights, down the straight. And another 1:23 from BP. So, it's pretty much gaining, well, he gained a second on CBD on that last lap. So that's the difference between the medium tyres and the softer compounds. CBD is a fantastic driver. But the mediums, as you can see, is a lot harder to grip around some of these corners. They will last longer than the softs, but I don't think in this case on this track the tyre does not wear as quick as you'd think. So BP being out on the soft tyres now, going to give him that extra grip going around these hairpins for sure. Better exit, and that's the difference. You can see the time again coming down, but CBD still doing a pretty fantastic job here. It's only 3 seconds, but with BP obviously pushing, he's got to time this right. You don't want to make any silly little mistake there. He just slightly went off wide and just touched the grass just a little bit, which is just enough to keep that distance between CBD and BP to 3 seconds. As you can see, slight little bit exit better from CBD due to the fact that BP just touched the grass. Don't want to get too, still 7 laps to go. 3 seconds is quite a lot, but if you can just stay consistent and patient, I'm pretty sure he will be up with him, and it'll be a fantastic race to the finish between these two guys. Bowser comfortable, as we've seen in P3, 18 seconds ahead of P4 and 18 seconds ahead, no, behind BP, so pretty comfortable for that podium position, Bowser. Same with Kemazuri in P4 on the fresh mediums. In no man's land here, 18 seconds behind P3 and a good 16.5 seconds ahead of P5 Damon. Damon looks pretty comfortable in P5. He's now in the fresh soft tyres himself. Arturo finishing off in the softs, pretty comfortable as it stands in P6. B23 in the softs, cementing that P7 position, just hovering in between. The pressure's released from JD Killswitch, So it's gone up to 5.5 seconds now between these guys. HCR Anthony, lots of things have gone good for him in this race, and then it went bad, and he's gone up, down, up, down, up, down the grid, but he's not given up. He's not given up. Slight few contact incidences that occurred that's knocked him down the grid for the second, third time, so that will be reviewed. Not my job to say who was at fault. It might get classed as a racing incident, so we shall see. And Shoesley not having the best of times on this track. 1 minute 40 seconds behind P1 position. Right, as we can see here now, BP has got within a second of the leader, CBD, with still six laps left to go. Pumping in fastest laps. As you can see, the lap times there, lap 22 for him. Made a little mistake, just lost a bit of ground there. He's done the same thing there on that same corner there, just touched the grass, allowed CBD just to push away down the straight a bit faster. But he looks like he's in his toes, so he's going to close that gap back up by the end of this corner. Only within 7 tenths. He'll be within half a second, I'm pretty sure, after this corner. But he doesn't want to do anything stupid. I think he can take his time here. Still 5 laps to go. Still got over a quarter of a tank of overtake left. And there's the little wobbles. There's the little slips that you don't want to see. Looks like he's pushing really, really hard here, BP. And now he's right up in the gearbox of CBD here. Looking to take that P1 position. Once he gets it, I'm pretty sure he's going to pull away and be nice and comfortable here. BP now side by side, CBD coming into semi-chicane now, semi-hairpin. He's managed to creep himself through the tightest of tight gaps up into P1. CBD's not giving up. Let's have a close eye on this one coming up into the last hairpin. Just caught some dirty air there from BP, which has allowed BP to race ahead. He's still going to be in his toe just slightly, but BP is now going to be... Well, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. As you can see, he's in the toe. Can he get on the inside into this corner here? And as JD Killswitch has moved out the way for these guys, he was blue flagged. He's done the decent thing there. So he didn't crash, he didn't make a mistake, he just made sure he didn't ruin the race there. So this is where the race is at the moment. CBD doing a fantastic job on those medium tyres. He's not giving up that position from BP, he's trying to stay in his toe. He's got a little bit more overtake than BP, so that will help him for a little while. There's 4 laps left. So if he can stay in his toe, then anything can happen between these guys, but you have to be a little bit careful here because CBD did just catch his dirty air and nearly lost the back end. The more traffic up ahead, so you've got B23 must be having blue flags here, so he's going to have to move out the way when these guys get a little bit closer. Coming around the last hairpin of lap 26. BP making the most of B23's toe here. He is going to have to move out the way. Oh, he's just caught the back end of B23 there. B23 done everything right there. He did move out the way, but I think BP was trying to make the most of... Oof! CBD's just caught the grass as well. He's hit the dirt. He's had a little wobble. That's pushed him back even further now. Unfortunate there for CBD. But looked like B23 done everything right. He moves out the way. CBD's gone off. Hit the dirt again. Looks like he's given up the ghost on that P1 now. A few little errors there from CBD. Unfortunate. has allowed BP now to be comfortable, 3.5 seconds clear. But did you see that incident there? BP was trying to make the most of the toe of B23 coming down the straight, and then I think B23 released the throttle to allow BP to go past, and he just caught the back end of B23. Luckily enough, there was minimal damage caused and minimal incident there, but I think BP just held on to that toe just a little bit too much there, but it hasn't caused any further issues. He's now 3 seconds clear of CBD. CBD's had his couple of little wobbles there, but coming into the last 2-3 laps of this race, Bowser still comfortable in P3, Kamazuri still comfortable in P4, Damon comfortable in P5, Autora definitely comfortable in P6, B23 having a nice little race here with JD Killswitch, still only 1.2 seconds in it, so there's a possible position change here, and B23's gone wide and he's hit the dirt, and JD Killswitch has got up into P7 there. What a mistake to make from B23, just gone slightly wide. He's got a little bit of damage on his front end as well, and he's struggling to get round this corner. And he's lost a little bit further time on JD Killswitch. As you can see, pulling away now, JD Killswitch up into P7. Unfortunate there for B23, just losing out. Got to get himself together, there's still time, but he's going to struggle. Still got damage showing on the front end of his car here. Waiting for that to fade out and repair itself. And there it is. His car's back to normal. It's repaired itself after 10-15 seconds of damage there, so he's got a little bit of time. He can still, if he can stay in his toe, there's still a little race there going on between these two cars here. The JD Killswitch. Oh, he's got himself a half a second penalty now, JD Killswitch. That's going to bring that race back closer together between these two. So B23 will be mega happy with that. If he can keep it consistent himself, just stay within that, they're going to be side by side finishing off this race. So we'll come back to these guys. Anthony now only 5.3 seconds, possibly too much to do now. There's yellow flags out just up ahead, and it's BP. Oh my days, what happened to BP? I've gone and missed that. Oh my days, BP has made a mistake. I've absolutely missed it, and CBD is now, oh, look at this, BP. It's all gone wrong for BP. He was leading the race, he done fantastic. I've gone and missed it. We'll have to look back at the replays at some point, but BP, whether there was an incident between them two, I absolutely missed it. But BP has either caused damage to himself, spun, hit the dirt, not 100% sure, but he's now dropped down to 21 seconds behind CBD. Unbelievable. Just when it looked like it was all set in stone for BP, he's got the fastest lap. He was leading the race. One mistake and it all goes wrong. Then he had dirty tyres, obviously. Tried to get back on track, and he had a nice little wobble again, which has pushed him down to 22 seconds behind. So CBD coming into the final lap, 22 seconds clear, will be ecstatic. Absolutely ecstatic. But BP, unfortunately, he will be not happy with whatever happened here. He'd be happy with the P2 up in the podium positions, but after the fastest laps in the race that he done, the strategy that he used, all that hard work, split second, and it can all go wrong. The JD Killswitch still trying to get a little bit closer to B23 for the final lap. Everybody else looks set in stone here. Anthony moving out of the way with the blue flags, obviously. CBD home and dry, coming down the main straight, 24 seconds clear. finishing off in the medium tyres. And there is your race winner, Exo CBD, the hot favourite, who's won the previous 2 rounds, and he's just won this one as well. So congratulations to CBD, but BP looks set in stone to win this race with 2 laps to go, and I'm yet to see what happened, but a big mistake which cost him massively, which we will find out what happened, and he's now pushed him down into P2 for BP. So he will be not happy whatever happened there, because he looks set in stone to win this race, but CBD somehow, someway kept it all together, and he's gone and won this race. So Bowser taking the 3rd podium position there. Excellent drive there from Bowser. Kamazuri nice and comfortable there in P4. Damien comfortable in P5. Good race. So let's have a look at the racing results here anyway. Let's give him a good congratulations, well done, phenomenal race. Almost. Okie dokie, right, so here we are, the GPL SWT round 5 race at Sardegna Road Track A, and your winner, P1 from Mexico, Exo CBD. Excellent drive there, congratulations. P2 from France, BP with the fastest lap with a 1:23.4. Unfortunate, he looked set in stone to win this race. 1 split second, something happened, not 100% sure what we will see, but he's unfortunate, then dropped down into P2. But on the podium, BP, Bowser steps in for Ducky Dono and takes a P3 last podium position from him, so excellent drive. Kamazuri P4, Damien P5, Toro P6, B23 takes the 7th spot, JD Killswitch in 8th, Shoesley in P9, and P10 was HCR Anthony, which was very unfortunate because he had good pace there. Anthony, he was up and down, few incidences that happened, which will get reviewed, I'm pretty sure, but unfortunately for him, ended up in last position. So try again, unfortunately. Didn't all go to plan for some people there, but all in all, a superb race from a majority of these guys. Lots of entertainment there, especially from CBD and BP. So Bowser taking P3 position. So what can I say? Fantastic racing from all of you guys. Thanks for joining us on the GPL Grand Prestige League YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe to that channel as well, much appreciated. I am KZN Hop House. I stream live myself, so I will take this time just to ask you all to come and join my channel as well, which we do multiple different races. So please like and subscribe myself as well, that would be much appreciated. But until next week, we will come back to this track, Sardegna Road Track A, which will be Tier 1 Super Formula Elite Drivers, the GPL WEC League, so come and join us then. We'll have the likes of Nuco and Whiteout and Lugion and Keckwood and such, and all of them. Come and have a look. Have a look at the channel, the previous races as well. And yes, I hope you enjoyed the racing today, and we'll see you for next week's same track, but Tier 1, and we'll see you then. Thank you very much, and until then, I am out. Take care.